Hi, everybody. So, what does it take to go from a small city in India to working on artificial general intelligence at Amazon, right? Today's guest went from a small town, Vishakhapatnam, all the way until Boston. The startup as an international student won the Bostino 25 under 25 and just joined Amazon CGIQ. This is the story of dreams, resilience, and making it happen against all that. So, without any further ado, let's welcome our today's guest, who is also a very dear friend of mine. He is like Surya. It's called Surya, and then so let me welcome him. Hi, Surya.
Yeah, hi Harshit.
Thank you so much, first of all, for doing this. I know this is my first podcast ever, and you've been really very gracious and humble to accept my request. So, thank you so much.
I mean, it feels pretty weird when you say request and all these big words since we are pretty close. But I still remember, I think you've been talking about doing something like this for the past 3 or 4 years. But it's really nice to see that you are finally pushing to do it, and I'm honored to be the first guest of your podcast initiative, and super duper excited.
Thank you so much, Surya. Surya, like I remember you quote like Ernest Hemingway, right? Like the true nobility is being superior
Hmm.
to your former self. Looking
Hmm.
back, that kid from Vishakhapatnam, right, who first dreamed of coming to America. So, how would you describe the person you've become now?
Yeah, so I think the quote that you just read, that's something I think I've believed since I was a kid, even though I didn't know exactly so I always believed something to be better than I was yesterday. That's something I started to pursue straight from my high school, I would say. I think I still remember my dad got these little dumbbells for my brother, young older brother, and I just took them into my room and I started working on them. So I think right from then, pursuit of being better than I was yesterday kept coming, and I'm still driven by that quote, I would say.
Very wonderful. Yeah, I mean, not many people are really as motor driven, right? And I'm
Mhm.
happy to see you come all the long way, from where like we've been close friends for years now, and I've been
Oh, yeah.
seeing you taking those steps, baby steps, and now you've took some leap giants, right? So really happy for you. So yeah, great. So yeah, let's take me back to, Geetham. That's where we both been,
Hmm.
pursuing. We did our undergrad and been a good friends, right? So what was that moment when you first thought like, I want to build something bigger than myself, right?
Yep, sure. Yeah, how can I forget about Geetham and Gusak, Geetham
Of
University
course.
Science and Activity Center. That's where me, you, and even our mutual friend Navneet met over there. And I think honestly, I've always been a studious kid and also been an introvert till my high school, I would say. This pursuit of becoming better than I was yesterday, quoting the same thing again, but I wanted to be an extrovert, since I noticed that being an introvert felt like an excuse just to avoid people. So I wanted to take action of meeting new people and pushing myself to be more extrovert, I would say. So that's where I started my first step with joining all these clubs like Gusak, for example. And one of the other factors was I really started caring about people, and whenever someone said something to me, I always took a note of it and tried to be as genuinely caring and loving as possible. So I think the startup part that came to me during my final semester internship at our Geetham University. So I started being a part of this entrepreneurship club at Geetham, where our Northeastern University and our University collaborated on this idea lab program. I was in a conversation with one of my close friends. I would say probably like in now or last year. So she started telling me about this issue that she was having. Like, she's receiving all these unsolicited messages and DMs on her Instagram and all these social media platforms. And she said something during that conversation that kind of left me disturbed for the next few days. She told me that it's pretty common for us girls to go through something like this. And for the first time, I felt pretty helpless. I thought that's not something that should happen to anyone. So that's when I started researching and trying to reach out to people at all these big social media platforms. Like, why don't, being a computer science undergrad as well, I started reaching out to them, talking about all these computer science stuff, like filters and algorithms that we can use to make clear of these kind of DMs and stuff. But I haven't heard back from anyone. I remember even emailing all those CEOs and the big position people. I haven't heard back from them. And I think right at that time, this Idea Lab program was happening. So I thought this would be the best time to do something on my own. So that's how this Findrart Social came to life. It's a fun, safe, and secure social media platform. So that's how it started.
Wonderful. Yeah, I know we've talked about it several times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so very glad that you really stick to what you wanted to do, and the progress you made so far. Right, that's really amazing. So again, when we talk about, like, a lot of people talk about the American dream. So
Hmm.
I mean, I know, like, a lot of middle class families back in India, especially, have this American dream, like, which we are living currently, right? And I know for sure, like, regardless of the situation out there right now, there are a lot of people still carrying that American dream and really want to pursue that. So, what made you choose, Northeastern University specifically? Like, was it
Hmm.
always about the entrepreneurial ecosystem, or did that, come later in your decision?
Oh, yeah, I think my previous answer has a part of the answer. So, but yeah, so I think me getting exposed to Northeast University during my undergrad, and I met really cool professors from the business school at Northeast University. And also, I got an experience of 1.5 year at Tata Consultancy Services in their AI and ML ops team. So during this time, I thought I started developing a passion for tech, especially in data. So I thought, okay, it's high time I should pursue extra, additional studies abroad. And right at that time, I also wanted to keep this entrepreneurial part in me keep going as well, along with the tech part. So at that moment, was exploring all these programs, and I came across the data analytics program at Northeastern University. And also I thought, okay, sounds like the perfect combination of what I was looking for. So right then and there, I thought I'm going to apply to just one university, and that was Northeastern University. By God's grace, and everything fell in the right place, and here I am. And also, I remember, I think I've already told you this. I decided that I'll be pursuing my master's right like 3 months before the actual intake, fall intake. And I remember people were telling me, it's not going to happen. Northeastern is like very competitive, and also the whole visa process will take a lot of time. But I think as long as you have a clear goal, and as long as you have understanding of the whole process, everything will be fine.
Yeah. So, as a follow up to this one, like, how did your
Oh, yeah.
family react when you told them you wanted to study abroad? And that too, all of a sudden, right? When you said, like, 3 months just prior to the start. So, how did your family react?
My mom was definitely not happy. I still remember, me getting emotional lectures every other day, asking me if do I really need to do that. But I think there was this, you can call it desire or fire. There's this gut feeling within you that you think that that's the right thing to do, even though you might think that, be it family or be it whatever emotional stuff, that this feeling takes over. So I had a strong feeling that this is something that I should pursue, and making the world a better place is something that I've always truly believed in. So I thought, I tried I mean, I not tried, I convinced my parents, especially my mother, that I'll still be be in touch with her, and I'm on a mission to do something. And she believed in me, and I'm pretty sure this, where I am, wouldn't be possible without. their support and trust.
Of course, for sure. Yeah, definitely parents are everything. And
Oh yeah.
in this journey, I think their support truly is really immense for every
Oh
international
yeah.
student out there. So I can
Absolutely.
really relate to that. So let's let's be real. you know, what was the biggest I would say like culture shock when you first landed in Boston? Like what's something you wish someone had told you, before you arrived?
Cultural shock, I think this might come off a bit different from what other people might have said. Had a shock that it's not that different. I mean, it's a different country for sure, but it's still just the same people, probably more diverse. And also the I would say the architecture is a bit different, but at the end of the day, it's we are all just humans, and I think all of us are still the same. Just trying to make something of ourselves. So the shock was for me more like, okay, it still feels like home, because especially coming from Vishakhapatnam and Boston being the same coastal area, I just felt right at home. And also the all the people that I've come across here, I think it just felt just like home, just a few thousand miles away from family. But other than that, everything else just felt the same. Yeah, something I would say it's the simple line would be it's not that different. That I wish someone had told me, because I keep hearing people spreading fear or doubt, it's really hard, you're gonna feel homesick, you're gonna miss your friends, you're gonna miss your family, and all this stuff, all the negativity and all this doubtfulness. I wish someone had told me that.
Nice, wonderful. So you would say like after coming here to Boston specifically, did you make how easy was it to make new friends? So
Oh yeah,
how easy is it to make friends?
I have a very few friends and also few family that's on this side of the states. I I think whoever I met here was completely organic. I didn't plan with a bunch of people or anything like that. I just thought it's almost like people keep saying I came with two suitcases and bunch of dreams. I just came with just a vision and a purpose and a clear plan of why I am here and what I am here for. I was more focused on making my goals fulfilled. So I would say as long as you are clear of why you are here and what you are here for, I think everything else will fall into place. But also, you should definitely keep in effort. You should talk with people. You can't just say, I'm an introvert. That's not how things work. You should have the courage to talk with people. Just ask them a question. Just say a simple hi, and that will go a long way. That's something I would strongly say. Just say hi. If you see someone once and twice, just say hi, and it will go a really long way. That's something that I keep telling to all my juniors and stuff. And also join clubs. Even if you think you suck at something, just go for it. I was auditioning for all things of sorts. I was auditioning for singing. I auditioned for dance at my university, even though I don't think I was trained or something. But it's just for fun. It's just to build my confidence and also meet people. And also, I was part of all these entrepreneur clubs at university. So I was able to meet all kinds of people, right? Be it grads, undergrads, people from diverse cultures and countries. So I think as long as you keep the momentum going, people will fall into place. Just keep moving.
Here's what like every international student specifically wants to know, right? How do you even begin to think about starting a company when you are on a student visa? What are the actual practical challenges?
Oh yeah, sure. See, I think it was I never approached whatever I was trying to build as a company or as a startup. It was more like a problem that I was trying to solve. That's something that I truly cared about and that mattered the most to me. So that's how I started, and that's how I took this approach. So for me, it was I never focused on all these other obstacles like the visa or all this legal stuff. For me, it was more about building stuff, learning new things, meeting people and trying to uh, see what opportunities that are available for me to push this even further. So that's how it started. And I think everyone should take that approach instead of focusing on the visa and all the other legal stuff. Just focus on build what you're trying to build, or be it if it's a product or if it's more like a uh, non-product thing. Just focus on trying to get that right in place, and everything else, I think this is something that I truly believe in. If there's a problem, there's a solution. As long as you have a product, all these other legalities and all these other problems, you might say, can be solved, as long as you have a solid product. That's how I think I took this approach so far, and it's going great so far.
I like the way you answered it. Go after the problem than just thinking of like starting something, right? I think
I mean, see, this is something that I truly believed in. So, there will be obstacles that will come across you at any and every point of your life. So, don't focus too much on the problem. Focus on the solution, not just in like a startup, be it in your career or be it in your relationships. Problems are constant. That's how you grow. But I would say the main thing would be like how you try to solve it, and how fast you can solve them. So yeah, just keep doing that, and you'll do amazing in every part of your life, I would say.
so. Yeah, I mean, this is great. But let's say if there is somebody who has a problem, and they're
Hmm.
really trying to solve the problem, but they're
Hmm.
really confused where to start from. They're like, can I really do this? Like, are there any legal challenges? As an F1 student, like, walk us through those visa applications. Like, how does this really affect, be it on F1, OPT, CPT, or whatever, right? Like, how does this all affect your entrepreneurial ambitions, right? Like, people having these ambitions, but these visa applications, how can this really affect that journey?
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, see, I don't think I can give legal advice. So I would say, reach out to professionals who are really good at it. But the other stuff I would say is like, don't focus too much on these other stuff. All this is noise, I would say. The only thing you should be concerned about, whatever, the question that you asked, how can I do it? So that's something you should be focusing on. Like if it's a product, just go through internet. And the other thing I would say is talk with as many people as you can. Like, doesn't matter. Like, I remember the amount of people that I spoke over the past 3 years would be like way too many. Something that I wouldn't even count. I used to meet like probably like a 10 or 20 new people every single day, be it from graduates, undergraduates, professors, and people who were in that space of startups, tech startups. I used to they used to introduce me to other people. So I think you have to have that hunger and drive to never stop, because this is something that I truly believed in. See, the world's gonna keep limitations and tell you that you can't do, or you cannot do something. So just don't do that to yourself. Like, always keep believing that you can do it. It will happen. It's gonna take time, but it will happen for sure. So I think having that kind of mindset, and having that momentum, you have to keep the momentum going. You can't just stop uh, any point of time. So I think I still remember. I think I haven't taken a day off over the past 3 years. I used to work even on weekends. I worked during when I had health issues. Because it never felt like work for me. It was almost like I was chasing something that really mattered to me, and that kept this process going. And I would say just do the same thing. I think people might have heard this too many times, that follow your passion. But it might sound cliche, but I think that's really important. If you truly love something, I mean, be it people or be it like an idea or something, you keep pursuing them. So just do the same thing for your idea or passion, or a vision or something. And it will take time, but it will happen, as long as you don't give up.
So I know like a lot of people back in India would relate to this. Did you ever have this moment like कभी ऐसा सोचा है कि like शायद मुझे जॉब पे ज़्यादा concentrate करना चाहिए या पहले like before even getting to all of the stuff, what is more important, like how do you make that decision?
That's a good one. uh, I think I never thought like I can't do something like, it's, I never thought like, I'm only going to focus on my startup, or I'm only going to focus on my academics. So for me, I always divided my day, like, I have 24 hours. So I used to sleep like, probably, I think initially I used to sleep like 3 or 4 hours, and not even I used to sleep at all, because I was so driven by this thing. I mean, I'll quote this amazing quote by, like, one of my icons, APJ Abdul Kalam, like, a dream is not something that you have while you're sleeping. It's something that keeps you awake. I think I was having that moment, or else even now. So I used to divide my day, like, probably I used to be really attentive while I was in a class, so that I don't have to spend extra hours after the class or on weekends trying to cram up the topics or the during the assignments. And also, I used to do the same thing, like, while working on my startup, or even when I was applying for jobs, I was all in applying for the jobs. And when I was with people, like, when I was with my friends, I never used to talk about all this stuff. I had fun with them. So I think as long as you are completely attentive and, like, completely full in the present, I think 24 hours is quite a lot to, like, do so many things.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the quote. I mean, I really love the person. We all love Hindis, all of the Indians, right? So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a great way to put it together. So again, Finder at social. So I know it isn't just another social media platform. You call it focus on safety and security, right? Like what problems, were you really trying to solve that maybe Facebook and Instagram weren't, right?
Oh yeah. So the main issue, like like I told the story earlier of my friend having this issue of receiving unsolicited messages. The main issue that I did, like, research for straight 2 weeks. I started going deeper into the problem, and the main reason that I found was, like, the ability to create fake profiles. So I thought, if we can eradicate that issue, we can reduce that issue to a maximum amount. So that's when I started, like, how can we, like, authenticate each and every profile. And I thought most of the users that are facing this issue are, like, students, be it from, like, high school or colleges or universities. So I thought all of us do have n.edu email. So I thought, why not use that email to authenticate each and every user, so that our profile will be free of fake users. So that's how this whole thing started, and I think it's going great so far.
So let's try to paint the picture, right?
Hmm.
So where were you? I know you said like it has come from a friend, experience from one of your friends,
Hmm.
right? So
Hmm.
where were you when the idea first hit you? Was it in your dorm room during a class, walking around campus? When did this happen?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I clearly, I vividly remember, like, this moment. This was probably before 2020, like, probably the ending of 2019. So I was in my room, just like, I usually enjoy spending time by myself, like, be it reading books, or like just watching movies, or like, documentaries and stuff. I always had this like, passion to learn about people or concepts in psychology. So I was doing the same thing. So I had this right at that time, I had a call with my friend, and she was disturbed, and she told me this whole thing, and I spent the next 1 to 2 weeks trying to understand, like, this whole pattern and whole issue. And right at that moment, I saw this post our Geetam University posted. I remember about this collaboration between Northeastern University and Geetham's entrepreneurship club, and I thought, okay, why don't I try to build this as a project during that, as my final semester project, instead of doing something else. So that's how it started.
Nice. I mean, I think everyone needs to have a friend like you who not just listens to the problem but really try to solve this, not just for them but for everybody else, right? That's very wonderful of you.
I
So
appreciate it.
again, man, like I want to know this. Maybe a lot of people out there definitely also would want to know this. You were doing masters in data analytics engineering,
Oh
building a
yeah.
startup, winning competitions like Dash Challenge, like getting on past 25 under 25. How do you manage time? What does a typical day look like?
Yeah, I think I covered That's some of the stuff in the earlier answers. So the thing is, I always try to divide every, every hour that I was awake, I tried to do something, be it focusing on academics or focusing on my startup, if not focusing on applying for co-ops and jobs, and also focusing on friends. And I can say, I did go to parties. I was party. I was going out with my friends, watching movies. I was doing everything else. It's not like I was completely locked up in a cage with just my laptop and myself. I was doing all of that. So I would say what I did was I tried to focus every hour that I was awake into one of these aspects of my life. And let me be honest, I think initially it will feel like you're a madman. People are gonna look at you and they'll think, okay, why is this guy always at the library, or why is he always at the university trying to meeting people and trying to learn? Why is he always scheduling meetings? You have no idea how many meetings I used to attend per day. I used to schedule a meeting with one person or the other, trying to understand more and more. So I think I enjoyed this process. I think as long as you have a clear vision of what you're trying to do and what you want to build, or make out of something, be it like an idea or even a relationship with someone. I think as long as you are clear with your intentions and your vision, you will never feel like this is some work. You'll feel like this is leading to something that you truly wish for. I think I can quote another person, one of my icons, Arnold Schwarzenegger. So I remember I've seen him telling this in one of the interviews. So he said he used to smile when he was working out, when he's lifting heavy weights and all this stuff. And other bodybuilders used to look at him and think, why are you smiling? Are you a madman or something? They used to look at him in that way. So he answered to one of his close friends. He said every rep and every set that I'm trying to do is leading me towards a goal that I'm he wants to be a Mr. Universe. So it's leading him towards that goal. So it never felt like work for him. It's like every set that he's doing is leading him closer towards his goal. So I think that's how I felt over this past few years. I would say I remember whatever I did it with my pure and full heart, and with pure intentions as well. Yeah, I think initially it will be no one's gonna understand. You're gonna go. I think I went for like an year and a half before I started getting be it these awards or winning these competitions, and even the Boston, and I got it like last year. So I've been working on all these stuffs for the past 3-4 years. So it's not gonna happen overnight. It's gonna take a long time. And you might feel there will be times where you feel nothing's happening. I might stop doing it, because I know many people will do that. So I would say this is one of the quotations that I wrote on my study pad when I was probably in my third grade. I wrote this one quotation that I read somewhere. I don't remember, on Facebook or something. I wrote no, you can't beat a person who never gives up. So that's something that I kept telling myself, so whenever I felt things are not happening, or there's no result that I can see from whatever that I'm doing, be it in my academics or on my startup, or in relationships with people as well. I just thought I'm gonna do my best every single day, no matter how I feel, no matter the weather, no matter how how my mood is, or no matter how everyone is treating me. So I think consistency is like a big player, in life, not just in just one aspect, but in every aspect, as long as you keep showing up. Because for example, if you take a relationship with your friends, or with your partner, you might think some days it's going to be sunshine, but some days it's going to be a bit gloomy. But as long as you keep pushing and keep giving your best and keep trying to make it happen, it will it will bloom over time. And one day you're going to look back and say, oh damn, okay, it feels like an overnight success or whatever it is. But only you will know all the days that you kept pushing, and at the end of the end of the tunnel, it'll all be worth it. So yeah, just don't give up, and keep pushing, and stay consistent. Yeah, that'll do the job.
A lot of people who would be watching this, I will definitely take a lot from these because చాలా మంది ఇలా అనుకుంటారు లైక్ రోజుకి 24 hours ఉన్నాయి So how can I maximize that time, right? So I think definitely a lot of people would want to pursue what you've been doing. So glad about it. And again, coming back to the team, right? You had as an international student again. How do you build a team? I'm asking like, are you working with other international students, fellow Americans, remote team members? Like, what's the dynamic like?
Yeah. So I think the team. So initially, while I was working on this idea at Geetham, I had like three of my classmates who joined me on this project as a final semester project, and we did pretty great. And once I moved to states, the team was completely scattered. The people were completely in their full time jobs, so I can't ask them for their time, and also with the time zones and everything. So initially, I used to work on this on my own, and later two of my close friends they joined on board. So and then slowly and slowly we started working together on this, and slowly few of their friends joined the team on board. And by the time it was like five people, yeah, five of us, and we started working on it, and we started competing for pitching competitions and other competitions at the university and like within the states as well. And slowly I think the whole circle, I think even I remember there was a point in my life where I used to go around the university and people used to come to me and they used to ask me that's really cool to hear. I've heard from my friend that you're working on this. Please let me know if I can help you on in any way. And they used to send me their resume and stuff. And I was like, okay, this is cool. And slowly, I think by the time we started with the vision of building a beta application, I think we had around 15 people in our team, be it people who had zero experience in corporate, to people who had like 7 8 years of experience in corporate life, be it in tech and business and stuff. We had teams front end, back end, cloud, and business and marketing and all this stuff. So yeah, slowly and slowly, I think there's this beautiful quote by Steve Jobs, you can't connect the dots moving forward, you can only connect them backwards. So I think looking back, I would say uh, the action that I kept taking towards my startup and towards relationships at university, I think all these led to people see what's happening and people joining in organically rather than me cold emailing and cold messaging people. So yeah, I think that's something I think there's also this beautiful quote from Bhagavad Gita. I don't remember it in the original language, but it's something just focus on the work, focus on your duty, and don't focus too much on the result. So that's something I kept pursuing this trying to build the beta version, trying to launch it to people, and pursuing that helped me meet the right people and form the right team.
So when you talk about this beta version, like you had people using that, testing out it. So what was the feedback, early feedback you received, like from the people you shared it with?
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, the best part was that I did we do a lot of market research. We that's like the main thing for all the whenever you are trying to build a product, because I think I've heard many times from many seniors here at Northeast University who had their own companies telling me that focus more on customer research and feedback instead of directly going and building a product. So I spent a solid, I would say, 2 to 3 years trying to understand market. I did a lot of research back in India, and coming to states it's a completely different demographic, different people, and everything is different, so we had to start from scratch. So we did a lot of customer research, customer feedback, customer interviews, customers who are students, so which was very easy and helpful for us. I mean, I wouldn't say easy, but it definitely helped a lot. So we did that a lot, and we tried to come up with multiple UI UX designs. I think our core and chief designer, John, you might have met him last time we visited Boston. So we used to work nights, and we used to pull all nighters trying to Figma designs and stuff so that we can show it to more and more students and ask them their feedback. So once we got that initial beta version of what features we wanted and how we wanted it to look, we taken few more customer research, and once we got we are confident about it, we started building it with our team, and we tested it with about a couple of students and tried to gather their feedback on that, and we continued doing the process more and more until we can build a public deployable beta.
I know that would have been a lot, right? Like doing all of that, especially. Yeah. Right. So also, again, when we think about the, university resources, like Northeastern has idea, right? The entrepreneurship ecosystem. How crucial, you would say, like, was having institutional support? What resources did you actually use versus, like, maybe what was just like marketing fluff, right? So yeah.
I would say Northeastern really had so many resources, like the one you were talking about, the Idea Lab, but also they had like an e-club, which is a different club, and also they had other resources like the IP clinic, where you can try to understand about how you can trademark and patent your stuff, which they do it for free or at a lower cost than what they would do outside. Also they had marketing clubs where they every semester they select a couple of startups and uh, help them with their marketing and all the design stuff. And also they had uh, a bunch of students who helped with building products, if it's like tech or tech products and software and all this stuff. So Northeastern did had quite a lot of resources, and I think that does help make it easy for like someone who's trying to build something. But I would say even without that you can still do it, but it might be morally uplifting to see other students trying to help as well. So that's I would say that's pretty important. But also I don't want to say you can't do it without, if you're not from Northeastern. I don't want to put that limitation. So I would say that makes it a little helpful, but it's not like a big factor when it comes to as long as you have that that consistency and discipline, you can build it anywhere, even back from India, I would say.
So जो लोग अभी सुन रहे होंगे ना, like for
Mhm.
students like listening right now, what's the first step they should take if they have a business idea?
Talk with people, talk with their friends, talk with I would say talk. Just try reaching out to people, so that one thing I've learned over the past few years is that the more you talk, not I wouldn't say talk in the sense just keep on ranting about it, but more like trying to get people's understanding, and because uh, s- some people will direct you towards the right direction. Be it for me, it's I started talking with professors, and they always tried to send me an email adding me into looping me with someone else. So that used to happen a lot, and I used to gather a lot of data trying to understand if someone says something can't be done, I try to reach out to someone else and ask the same question, and they always used to tell me there's a way to do that. So I think the more you are open to communication and trying to reach out to people, you can't be I was telling earlier, you can't say you're an introvert, you are this and that. Not just like in startup, even in your corporate life, you can't just say I'm an introvert. You have to talk with people, you have to put yourself out there, because I think the world we live in currently is the way it is. You have to put yourself out there, you have to show up every single day. So as long as you, I think, do that, I think that will give you a lot of edge over people who are not doing that, because I think internet and Google and all this stuff is pretty helpful, but there's something about human connections and networking outside that will help you a lot. But also, I wouldn't suggest you keep attending all the networking events that happen, in your university or in the city, because you don't need to spend that much time or make that money in amount of connections to become to achieve whatever you're trying to do.
I think also coming about like some breakthrough moments like Boston, 25 under 25, at the Dash Challenge win, multiple university awards. Was there a specific moment when you felt like, okay, this is actually working.
Yeah, I think, see, like I was telling earlier, there will be a lot of days where you question yourself, where you might. That's part of, I think, part of the journey. You feel you get that self doubt, but I think as long as you keep pushing against it and keep showing up, things will start happening. Like the ones you are talking about. I honestly I lost a track of all the things that I've done so far because it's really weird because I did a interview with Northeastern recently, and they were asking me all the stuff what I've done so far, and I was like, I don't remember. I was reading out nonstop. So I think beat the dash challenge and all the pitching competitions that I me and my team won, and especially the Boston 25 under 25 was really special because I remember I was on my summer break back in India, and I got this email saying you were selected as this. I was like, okay, I'm here to relax. I told my parents very calmly because this is something that I always I wanted to like a motto of my life that I don't want to take life's ups and downs too seriously. Whatever comes, I'm gonna keep doing my job. So I told my parents very calmly. I told my brother and my sister. They were really hyped and excited. Even now, they are like really hyped about this. But I'm like, okay, grateful for what happened and whatever I have achieved so far. But I'm still gonna be the same person and just be the same and keep doing the work and even on to the bigger and better things, I would say.
True. I can definitely take a bit of this for me as well. I know, like you referred to the maybe assalu taggedele, never backing down,
Yeah.
right? This
Oh
Telugu
yeah.
phrase seems to define your approach. Tell us about a
Yeah.
time, when backing down would have been the easier option.
Oh, I would say there are like lots of these moments in my life. I think since I was a little kid, I think there were too many moments of this kind where people always told me you can't do it or it can't be done. So I think I can't stress about a particular incident, but for example, the startup, I would say every time I tried, I've worked on it. And whenever I had a conversation with a friend or someone that I met at university, people used to keep telling me, why are you doing that? No, you have to focus on academics. You are at Northeast University, which is like highly competitive. I remember, people asking me, you're not focusing on academics enough as much as you're focusing on other stuff. But deep down, I knew, I was never, lying to myself. I was always honest with myself. I think as long as you're true to yourself and you're doing what's supposed to be done, be it like in your academics or whatever ideas you have, or even in relationships, I think as long as you have that honesty with yourself, I feel like you'll get that and you get that whatever the term you are saying, like nassal taggedele. I think you'll get that fire that you won't be stopping. You can't be stopped. People might think they are trying to stop you. People might think that you're given up. People might think you're you're done. But as long as you are true to yourself and you are doing what you keep saying, this is something that I always believed in as well. You just walk the talk. Whatever you are talking, just keep doing it. Don't ever lie to anyone else, especially yourself. If you say you're gonna do something, just do it. Don't say that you're gonna do it and then skip that part. And I don't mean it like in just like an academics or startup or like in all these big things. It can be little things as well. If you tell yourself that you're gonna go to gym every single day or 5 days a week, keep doing that. Don't say that you're gonna do that and just skip that, because I think everything that you do in your life plays a part in building this attitude of I can't be stopped, I won't be stopped, assala taggedele. Yep, that's how it started. And I think it started from taggedele, and now it's like asal taggedele, just like the movie Pushpa and Pushpa 2. And because
Right.
of this phrase, I think people keep calling, people keep thinking that I'm a diehard fan of Allu Arjun. But I'll take that. I think he embodies the same spirit. Yeah.
Wonderful. So let's switch gears here a little bit. Amazon's AGI team. That's not exactly entry level, right? Like how
Mhm.
how did this opportunity come? about like was there networking, cold applications, or something else?
Oh yeah. So I think, like I said, I started applying for full-time jobs to just to get the experience here in the States. So I think I used to sit straight for 12, 14, or 16 hours a day to trying to understand, meeting new people, or doing applications for to get this experience. I think I did do while doing this, I came to know that there's this event that's happening in Boston at Amazon office for this role in their AGI team, which is artificial general intelligence team. I thought, okay, I'll just go and give it a shot. And I came and I gave it a shot, and things worked out well. So I would say, as long as you keep doing the basics, just keep showing every day, and keep doing the applications and keep improving your skills, be it technical and interpersonal skills, and just never give up. I think the opportunity will come right at you, and that's what happened with me. And now here I am in this Amazon's artificial general intelligence team, working on their breakthrough AI stuff, be it Amazon Nova, Alexa Plus, and all this cool new stuff. And I'm really excited and glad to be part of this artificial general intelligence stuff here.
I mean, you are going from being a CEO of your own company to joining one of the world's largest tech companies. That's a massive mindset shift, right? So how are you processing that?
I mean, for me, it was never I think I was telling you this earlier, I hate to put limitations on myself or anyone else. I hate when people try to have these preconceived notions that if someone's doing something, it only can be done if I'm studying, I can only study. I can't do anything else. I can't party with my friends. I can't meet friends. I can't meet new people, or anything like that. Or even when I'm building my startup, I always had this back in my head that I want to experience the corporate life here at America, and I want to see how corporate works, also gather experience in my field of study, which was data, and also keep pursuing my passion, which was trying to build stuff that makes this world a better place, and helps people. It wasn't a big shift for me. It's more I just I think I told I used to spend a lot of time on my academics and my startup. Now I changed it, I spend more time on applying for jobs, upskilling myself, and reduced the time I spent on my startup, and all the other stuff. And that's how I landed this role. And even now I'm trying to I don't complain about whatever the 9 to 5 or 8 to 6 or whatever it is. I never complain about that. I enjoy every time, every hour that I'm here at the office, and all the amazing coworkers that I've I've got to meet, and all the people here. So I'm trying to understand how corporate works, which I'm pretty sure will help me in the long run, because I think every day is a learning experience. So I never take anything for granted. So I am enjoying this professional experience that I'm gaining, but also I never said I stopped working on my startup. So life's pretty, I think, pretty limited. So I never want to keep limitations on myself. I want to keep building and keep learning and keep growing as a person.
If you can sit down with a first year international student who has like entrepreneurial dreams, like what would be the three most important things you would tell them?
Okay, so I think the first one would be trying to. It comes down to what they're trying to build. It can be a product or it can be a service. So it comes down to this. Uh, Try researching more about people who are doing the same thing, and try to see if you can find them who's closer to you, be it in your university, or be it who you can reach out via an email. Try to talk with people. That's one of the main things I would say, because those people have done it already. I think if you talk with them, you'll definitely learn. I wouldn't say shortcuts, but you'll learn a lot of suggestions and hacks that will help you to speed up the journey that they've had, which will immensely help you. And the other thing is try to do it everything on your own. Don't try to be dependent on someone. If it's a tech related, try to learn the tech. If it's like a business related, if you're not at all versed with business stuff, try to learn about it. If it's like anything else, marketing, like putting yourself out there or selling a product, learn about it. I think every skill can be learned, as long as you don't put this I keep using the word limitation. So don't put like, as long as you don't say like, I need someone else to like, do this for me. Because as a early, like, when you're trying to build something as an early, like, entrepreneur, you have to have that courage and confidence that you can do it all on your own. Try to do everything on your own. And the other thing is like, just keep pushing, like, don't listen to people. If someone says it can't be done, just smile at them and say like, I'll prove you wrong. You don't have to say that, but once you do that, they'll just know that. So don't listen to negativity or naysayers or whatever you want to call them. So just know that it will happen as long as you keep doing it consistently.
So let's get practical. Like if you
Mhm.
would want to name some actual resources like websites, programs, legal services, or maybe mentorship programs that international students should know about, like are there anything that you want to talk about?
Oh yeah, sure. One thing, I mean, initial I would say like, start researching what your university has to offer. Like, I think many people miss this. Like, if you go through your university website, like, you can just Google, like, if for me it's like Northeastern University, I used to Google Northeastern University entrepreneurship clubs or entrepreneurship competitions, or even like, Boston. I'm from Boston, so I used to go Google like, Boston entrepreneurship competitions, pitching competitions that used to happen. Just by Googling that, you'll come across a lot of clubs and competitions that are happening at your university where you can take part of. And I used to like, try to see if any competitions that are happening at Boston. And even in the United States, there's this annual competition called Hult Prize, which happens like, across the globe for like $1 million, like, venture funding. And there are lots of resources and competitions that are findable just through Googling. Like, I think even for example, the dash challenge, I found it through like a friend who posted on one of our entrepreneurship club groups. So I just saw that and I thought it'll be a cool, fun thing to do. And it was a really great experience. So I think just a simple Google will do the lot of tricks for that. And also universities does offer a lot of free, be it trademarking, patents, or even incorporating your startup and all this stuff. As long as you like try to reach out to the right people, just go through the websites and see people who are part of the who are key members in that organization, like be it entrepreneurship clubs or legal services. And just email them, give them an introduction, tell them what you are trying to pursue, and what you want to build out of it. The honestly, I think one thing I've learned like over this past few years is that like every, you might feel like the world is not a very friendly place, but honestly, like the more you talk with people, you just come across like everybody wants to help you. So you only just have to ask them. So that's one of the things. And for incorporating, I think there are few websites. And also coming to the competitions, like I said, like just Google. Like if you are trying to build something in like an healthcare thing, there are like a lot of healthcare competitions that happen. And if you are trying to build something in like financial tech, there are a lot of fintech competitions that do happen. So I think as long as you search for it, you'll find it. So just you just take the leap of faith and start trying to reach out to people and start trying to search it online. I think, yeah, those are the resources that I would say, like, no, you should definitely look out for.
Thanks a lot. I mean, I think that's super helpful. So you are at Amazon now, but
Hmm.
Finder at Social is still your baby. What's the long
Hmm.
term vision, right? Like, are you maybe building towards being an entrepreneur again, or has your path evolved?
I mean, I think it's not like I have stopped being an entrepreneur. I would say I think it's something that will be with me, like for this lifetime. And Finder at Social wouldn't be the only thing that I'll be building. You never know. Spoiler alert. But yeah, so right now I'm trying to uh, I this is something that I believe in. Whatever I do, I want to give my absolute best. So my time here at Amazon, I'm giving my absolute best in every aspect. And once I'm off the work, I'm back to building stuff and make spending time with my friends and family, and making connections. it's just the same. It's just that I'm spending my time from 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. to 5 to 6 p.m. here at Amazon office. But after that, I'm back and to doing what I enjoy the most, building stuff, learning new things. So I would say there's nothing much of a difference except in my schedule, I would say. Yeah.
No, nice. So before we really wrap this up, let's do a quick rapid fire round. This is just going to be like, I'm going to ask you something. Don't think, just say what comes off your mind, the very first thing. Are you ready for it?
Okay. You can never really be, but let's do this.
All right, let's go. So biggest mistake you made as an international student.
I mean, I never think, okay, this is a rapid fire, but I'll try to say this quickly. So I never think anything of as a mistake. It's always a learning experience. So no mistakes, only learning experiences.
Nice. Best piece of advice you received.
Okay, this one was from my dad. Whenever you feel like you're embarrassed of doing something, just don't think of it like you're embarrassing yourself. It's like it's not your problem to worry. It's other people who are watching you. They are the ones that suffer from it. So don't take the suffering for yourself. Just have fun and enjoy whatever you're doing.
One thing you really miss about India.
I would say being in person with my family. I would say spending time with my mom and dad and my siblings. So and also my bike, my Royal Enfield. That's
Mhm.
something that I miss. I love driving, so I miss my bike and the food, of course. Can't complain. But yeah, especially I would say my mom, my family. I miss being in person and spending my day with them.
I feel
Yeah.
family and food is like a very
Oh, yeah.
universal answer for any interaction, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So going to the next one, like if you could start over, what would you do different?
I would say nothing. I'm proud of all the journey I've taken so far, all the ups and downs, more downs than ups. That's how life works. So I think I'm proud of everything, all the choices that I've made. I think everything builds up the character. So nothing.
Okay. I'm gonna put you on spot for the last one. So
Okay.
your prediction, right? Will international students have it easier or harder in the next 5 years?
I mean, see, I hate labeling. I mean, I don't want to
It's just
say
a prediction.
inter. Yeah, yeah. I mean, see, I don't want to say international students or or anything like that. But I don't think it's not easy or hard for anyone. See, everyone has their advantages and disadvantages. So, an international student will have the extra fire and extra desire, to achieve things. I hate this being the naysayer, but it's always easy as long as you know what you're doing and you're doing it with pure passion and genuine interest and with pure intentions. Things will happen. You never try to get comfortable when things are going good. Don't get comfortable, depressed. Everything will happen. It'll take time.
So, Surya, you've started this journey with a dream. For someone listening right now, who has that same fire but doesn't know where to start, what's your one final message to them?
Uh, Okay. Okay. So I think I would say the only thing I would say is never give up. I think it's easy, but like I said, one of this quotation that I there are two quotations. This so I have this vision board back in my room back in India. So one of these quotation I told you earlier: the harder I work, the luckier I get. So I think luck plays an important part, but something that I truly believed was the more harder I did work, or whatever you want to call it, it kept coming. So these two beliefs I always carried with me, and I still do. So I think just carry whatever beliefs that you have. I think you might think these are just words or these are just personal mottos, but whatever you believe in and you truly uh, align with your character, I think plays a big part in your life, not just in success in your business or in your professional life, but also in personal life. So have strong character, no matter what everyone else are doing, have a strong character and never give up, and have patience and be have integrity, be honest with yourself, and also stay loyal and all all this good stuff. Don't let other people's opinion have an impact on you, on your character. Just so yeah, these are the few things I would say.
Once again, Surya, thank you so much. This means a lot. And for everybody who has sit, has been listening to us for maybe the past 1 hour, I know they have a lot to take back. And this is really special for me, being like the first podcast and with a very special person. I know this has been really great. And I really want to thank you from my bottom of my heart, once again for doing this. Uh, you're the best, really. Thanks.
No, I don't think we should be thanking each other. I think you've been one of my closest friends. We talk about our downs more than the ups, not just the good stuff, all the real stuff as well. So I'm really really excited, and I'm really honored to be the first host of this podcast initiative of yours, and I'm really proud for of you for taking this step, because I remember you keep telling me about this interest of yours for the past 3 years, and finally you bringing this courage and to be able to put this all together. I'm really proud of you, and I hope all the best and amazing things come out of this for you, and ahead in life as well.
Thank you so much. It means a lot. So, guys, I hope you really enjoyed our conversation today. This is what I love about stories like Surya's. They remind us that the biggest limitation is often just getting started. From Geetham to Amazon AGI, from Vishakhapatnam to Boston. Sometimes the most extraordinary journeys begin with just deciding to take that first step. So with this, I would, see you soon again with the next guest. I hope you liked it. See you soon again in the next video. Thanks, guys.